past. And it's usually that reference that might get you in the door with the same investor. So it's a really helpful phase. I mean, not all investors invest in the same way or in the same space or with the same kinds of companies. And so working through people who've worked specifically with them probably helps you get an understanding, because investors talk to the entrepreneurs that they already work with a lot, especially when looking at new deals, looking at new markets or opportunities. And so it's the best way to get to know an investor before you meet them is to talk to the other guys they invested in. So the differences between Silicon Valley and Vancouver. Vancouver is a place where we all want to live. It's a beautiful place, and so you really choose Vancouver as a city, as a place to live. Secondary to that is the opportunity to build interesting companies. And so I've had the experience of living both in Silicon Valley and living in Vancouver and raising capital in both cities. And I mean, the obvious difference with Silicon Valley is you tend to raise a lot more money around an idea or a concept, and there's a lot less required out of the gate. For entrepreneurs, it's quite difficult early on to oftentimes demonstrate what it is you want to build, and you generally have to be much further along in this city because people are generally more risk averse than they would be in California. That being said, there are a lot of great programs available to Canadian entrepreneurs and BC entrepreneurs, such as IRAP, a program called Shred, and even a fund that's available from Telefilm Canada that supply what I would essentially call angel capital to help finance early stage technology centric companies, specifically companies who are building interesting and disruptive content or technologies. Well, my favorite advice is keep it simple, right? It's so overlooked, in terms of deal structures, in terms of the products you build, in terms of your strategy for going to market, in terms of how you treat your employees. Keeping things simple, keeping things open, keeping things direct, I think is really a key concept. And it just, as an executive, it's so hard to keep all the balls in the air that you have at any given time. That why put the burden on yourself by making things complicated and making things, difficult. Being simple on the way in is the only way to deal with acquiring customers. Being simple to use and simple to understand helps you make your value proposition much more quickly and readily. And on an ongoing basis, of course, if you load things up with too much junk, people just get confused, they fall off, they go away. But that also extends to your whole value of your business and how you express what it is you do for people, right? And if you find yourself challenged to explain to people in reasonably